Sometimes a good result doesn't come down to your pace or your strategy, it comes down to your consistency. So with a big dose of that, we found ourselves at the end of this race with a shot for the podium.
Welcome back to another daily race. We have an 11-lap Group 4 race around Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya, the Grand Prix layout with no chicane. Both the mediums and the hards are going to be mandatory to run in this one, and the tyre wear is slight enough that you can run the mediums for most of the race, but just enough of a nuisance that going just one lap on the hards might make your life a little bit difficult. So looking at the popular strategies for this one, it will be the hards first for 1 to 4 laps before throwing on the mediums to finish it out, or if you want to go with the mediums first, you can run them for 8 to 10 laps and finish out on the hards. As you'll see, we opted for the first strategy to start off on the hards.
Ooh, someone's already got a penalty. P2. I have a feeling these three up in front of me have got a fair amount more pace than I have.
As you've probably noticed, we have gone with what is the meta for this race that's dominating a lot of Group 4s at the moment, the Citroen GT. We're running the custom RufffWizard livery that also does come in blue, and if you want to use either of them yourself, you can find them in the shared styles. Just search for Ruff.
P2's still going to stay in front of me, quite comfortably.
Usually towards the end of the first lap, we start to get a bit of a picture about where our race is going to be and who it's going to be with. In this one, it does seem like the front three have enough pace to keep us at arm's distance, and the car behind is keeping us honest. But as we'll see, this race is going to unfold in a slightly different way.
The car behind is closer to me than I am to the car in front, even though the mirror doesn't make it look that way.
Part of what makes this one hard to read early on is the difference in strategies. With us starting in P4, it's hard to know if the cars around us are on mediums or on hards.
But it looks like the car in front, even though they're quick, they've gone deep in a couple of corners. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out throughout the race. Maybe that's just them on hard tyres. Car behind me is coming for me though. I can feel them breathing on my neck. It's a penalty for P3. We're about to come in the pits though. Oh, that's not great for us. That works out though.
This is a great time to remind you that after the race, we will be looking at the RufffWizard Daily Race Awards, where we'll be looking for the nominees and winners of Best Overtake, Best Livery, and unfortunately, the Most Unlucky Moment. Stick around to the end to find out who our winners are.
So of the front runners, it looks like only ourselves and P3 took the early pit stop. So at this point, we can assume we're the only ones on hard tyres, maybe with someone else stopping on this lap. Right now, what's important is having a good outlap so we can stay in touch and distance to take advantage of the penalty right in front of us.
It's not a great start to the outlap for me. But what's most important is I'm still close enough to Yoka to take advantage of this penalty. And before the pits, that was for effective P3. We'll see how it plays out after all the pits.
And with that position gained, we can now start to look in front and see all the other cars are going past the pit lane, not stopping, so we're going to assume that they're on the medium tyres.
Play a bit of a game here.
We're well aware that we've gained the position we have because the car behind us made a mistake, not because they're slow. So we're pushing while understanding that other cars are coming to join the party.
We got 2 cars right on our tail. Oh, no pressure, you know.
And while we're keeping tabs on what's happening behind us, we're about to see something happen in front of us that was completely unexpected.
Oh, so some of those front runners did 4 laps on the hards. Interesting. I mean, they had the pace that they've overcut for sure. They're still going to be in front, and they got much fresher tires, 2 laps fresher. Well done. Look at that. They're going to comfortably hold on, and that was the car that's behind me. Right, I don't think we had any contact there, which is good. We want to prioritize clean racing.
If you are enjoying this video, it would mean a lot to me if you would give it a like. If you want to see more in the future, you can hit that subscribe, and don't forget, if you hit the bell, you'll get notified when new content comes out.
So with that overcut, the car that was behind us is now in front of us on 2 laps fresher tyres, and we've got a lot of other cars right behind us trying to make their move.
I'm saying thank you to them because they looked like they were going to send it, but they actually didn't. They played it fair.
And for the next couple of laps, things will stay pretty status quo. Us sitting in P7, but effective P4, with 5 cars all looking at that P3 in their sights. And then into lap 7, we can see the cars that have been chasing us start to get into a bit of a tussle. They start to think about now making up places. Much to our relief, this means they do fall back away from us and give us a little bit of breathing room.
So it looks like GT Johnny is keeping pace, if not extending a little bit. I can't remember what the delta was when we came out of the pits. I think it was 40, so they might be even going a little bit faster still. But it's going to be interesting to see what their pace is when they get them on the hards. And we're keeping roughish pace with Mr. Mannering. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out with tyre wear, because their tyres are 2 laps fresher than ours.
Now with relief from pressure from behind, we can now put 100% of our focus on the car in front.
What we need is them to make like the tiniest mistake so we can get into their slipstream. But they're keeping us at arm's distance right now.
And little did we know that our wish was about to be granted.
Yeah, there you go. P1's come in now, off the mediums. See how far ahead they come out. That's going to help us out a lot. Oh, can we get this? Can we get them? We need to get closer. This could make an interesting last lap. We've got to stay with them first though. We can't let them run away from us this lap. Come on. Yes. Good run. Good run. Let's go. Last lap. They're going to take the inside. Smart. Oh, they're pushing me wide. I see how it is. Hopefully, at some point, they make the wrong defensive move and it compromises them. That's what I got a plan for now. Come on, come on. Ah! I think they've done just enough to hold on to this. Oh. Hey, that was a good race. I'm happy with that P4. That was a good race. Mr. Mannering? Touché. I'm super happy with that P4. Yes, we started P4, we finished P4, but that's not what's important. It was a good result, it was a top 5 finish, and most importantly, we had a clean and fun race. If you ask me, they're the two most important things whenever I get behind the wheel. But enough about what's behind us, let's look forward towards our RufffWizard Daily Race Awards. As always, let's start with our best overtake.
So our first nominee is going to be Aleximus Maximus. Coming into turn 4, they set themselves up by going around the outside, which is definitely unconventional through here, but it's setting themselves up for turn 5. They get themselves enough alongside to outbrake late, but under control most importantly, and consolidate the position to take P2. And then our second nominee is Parzival XP99 with what I predict will be a controversial one here. Coming up towards the hairpin, they do brake a little bit later, get alongside, and then do receive a little bit of contact, aiding them to be able to take the place. And then our last nominee is Arcjara. Coming out of turn 3, they get good enough traction to come alongside Aleximus Maximus, and then coming into turn 4, they box them in to be able to take the inside line. They do understeer a little bit, receive a little bit of contact, but they do take the place.
And the winner is... it's Aleximus Maximus.
This wasn't an easy decision by any means, but I think Aleximus Maximus has to take it here because they took the outside line, getting onto the dirty side of the track, all in the effort to be able to set themselves up for the next corner, where they do outbrake, but completely under control, and have managed to consolidate that position.
Well done, Aleximus Maximus. You are this week's winner of Best Overtake. What a name, by the way. Now for this one, I've known this was going to come for a while, and we finally got the opportunity because we got 3 great ones. We're going for snack-themed liveries.
So Mr. Mannering is our first nominee in the snack-themed liveries with Monster Munch. There's clear use of colour blocking here, but they've kept it to the theme of the brand and clearly delivering a Monster Munch style livery. And next up we have Aleximus Maximus back again in the awards, but this time for livery with the M&Ms. This one's not overdone, it's definitely on the simpler side, but it's clearly delivering a very simple singular message, M&Ms. And then last but not least, we have Fernando Julio with the Nesquik livery. If you haven't spotted it already, we've got yet another Eria's livery in the mix. With well-balanced colour blocking and well-applied decals, what can we say? Eria's liveries always hit the mark.
And the winner of Best Snack Themed Livery is... it's Mr. Mannering.
I don't know how to explain it, but there's something perfect about the Monster Munch livery on this Citroen GT. I think the essence of the Monster Munch mascot fits perfectly with how people feel about the look of this car. And then the fact that the livery complements the shape of the car well, I mean, they're a match made in heaven.
Well done, Mr. Mannering. You are this week's winner of Best Livery. And then moving on to the final award, we're going to look at the most unlucky moment. And the same as always, we're going to have no nominees. We're going straight to our winner. So the unfortunate yet recognized winner of our most unlucky moment is... it's Bullet 54.
Going into the race, starting out in P5, you think Bullet 54 had everything set up for them, but with a slight snap into turn 4, they get some contact in the rear which unsettles them, makes them understeer onto the grass, and that only sets up an awful run into the next corner. They lose a couple positions, and then going into turn 5, they're the unfortunate casualty of 3 doesn't fit into 1. It means they go wide yet again and lose some more places, and at the end of all this, they find themselves now in P11 only a couple of corners later. But I want to give a big shout out for a good recovery drive. They did end up finishing the race in P7.
Bullet 54, I'm so sorry that you had to go through that first lap. However, you had an amazing recovery drive, and to finish up in P7 after that, kudos to you, great driving. Hopefully that takes a little bit of the sting away from your win this week for most unlucky moment. Anyway, that's all I have for you this week. Thank you so much for sticking around. If you did enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. What did you think of the awards and the winners? Let me know in the comments below. Was the second nominee for Overtake controversial? What's your thoughts? If you feel like you're going to want to see more content in the future, you can always subscribe, turn on the bell so you get notifications. If you feel like you want to stick around for a little longer, here's a couple of options for you, and I'm out.